Yo, what's good? It's been a minute. So I'm back today. Kind of copying Mint FB on this one. But to be honest, I couldn't really think. I just haven't had anything recently that I've like been super excited to make a video about. In terms of like talking about different companies and stuff like that, I don't have any that I personally feel passionate enough about to be talking about at this moment. So I'm just going to be going over my current kind of fingerboard rotation that I have. Forewarning, they're all very similar setups. Some of them are literally basically the same setup. My light fucking died. Okay, we figured out the light. We're good. Yeah, so I'm gonna start off with this one because I've had it for probably the longest amount of time. Like everything on it, I've had for longer than this, or longer than the other things here. So this is a Bloob deck. I believe I've showed this before. It's in, I think it's the Maverick mold. It's whatever the medium one is, which for Bloob is still relatively low. I would keep that in mind if you ever buy a Bloob deck. All of them have low concave, and even the medium one is on the lower side. I have one of the lower ones, and like concave is pretty much the same. It's just lower kicks. So yeah, it's this Bloob deck, and then I have some deli trucks on here. I think they're just the Hex Hybrid. They're like literally whatever the cheapest delis that you can get are. And they're pretty, like, they're showing a lot of copper on the grind surface, which I honestly don't mind. They're loved and they're broken in nicely. And then I have apathy bushings on there, which I do like a lot, actually. I think I might end up copying some more at some point. I don't really buy tuning that much, which I really should, because like it does make such a difference in terms of like the Jindies already have tuning, like stock tuning, that I like, and I like the orange bushing, so I don't feel the need to particularly change it. But in things like delis, dynamics and shit, like it's gotta change, which I guess those are the only ones I swap it out on anyways. And then I have the wheels on here are pyro wheels. I don't know if this shit actually works, but they're like the swirl. They're like the Spitfire type swirl graphic, and I've had these forever. Like the graphics starting to wear away pretty hard. But I love pyro wheels, as you'll see here. I realized, like, I thought I preferred grippier, softer wheels, which I guess I do like a soft wheel, but I don't particularly like an extremely grippy wheel. And I've mainly just realized that while using my Park, because my Park doesn't have any sort of clear coat or anything like that on it, so it's just raw wood, and it's grippy as fuck. So like, if you don't have a wheel that has a little bit of slide to it, it's kind of hard to fingerboard on. So there's only one setup in my like rotation right now that doesn't have pyros in it. So yeah, I guess next I'll do this one. So this is an index deck. This is a 29. The last one was a 29 as well. It's whatever like the natural bottom ply is. So it has like this super cool pink or purple dye ply. Which is super fire. I've been enjoying this deck a lot, actually. It's higher than what I'm typically used to. It's like a pretty standard medium, like right in the middle mold. And I've been liking it a lot. Not a lot of concave, but kicks are higher than I'm used to. And it's funny, I think it must be because it's a 29. But the nose on these does always look a little bit disproportionately long. I don't know if you can see that at all. Which I didn't really care for at first, but I've gotten used to and actually like it quite a bit now. And this one has Jindies on it, with the stock tuning, just like I was talking about. And then I have some pyro wheels. These are the black. I wish maybe I got a new phone, so maybe I'll do some close-up clips with the phone. But these wheels are they're like the Bonehead graphic, but they were dropped during Halloween time. So there were 4 orange graphics that were special release during Halloween time that I absolutely love. I have another set of them in this rotation. If you have either of the other 2 sets, please let me know. I'm looking for the one that is white with the orange face, and then I'm looking for the one that is an entire orange wheel with orange face and graphic and everything. So let me know. I'm not gonna pay ridiculous for it, but it'd be cool to have the whole set. So this one I've been setching a lot recently. This one has been kind of my like bringing out and about board. I guess I don't really use it I don't like street fingerboard all that much, but if I were to use one, it would probably be this one. Yeah. I guess next I'll go... Actually, we'll just go for it right away. This is my newest setup. It is basically the exact same as the last one. So it's an index deck, but it's the embossed black index logo, which is so sick. I've been keeping an eye out for this one, and they did a drop of shop decks like a couple weeks ago. And so literally this was the only one that was left, was 129. So I took it. And then I have some pyro wheels on here, which are pretty dirty. But these are tan, and then they have the, it's like the disc graphic, I think they call it, which I thought was so cool. I had to have it. So I'm really glad I have these. I think I will do close-up shots, which I guess you'll probably be seeing right now. But they're super sick wheels. All the wheels too I have, I think, are the performance comp ones. I love that shape, and I love the rounded edges on it. And then Jindy's. So like it's literally the exact same setup as the last one, just different colors and stuff. I've been enjoying those a lot recently. The index shop decks are super sick, and I love just supporting index if I can. It's the closest thing to a local that I have, so even though it's 3 hours away. Next I'll do this. I also picked up at Index. This is a Sorry deck. It is like the Malort with the flowers in their graphic, and then the shape, I believe it's called the Punk. I could be wrong on that, but it's super cool. It's like 32 up at the front, and then it narrows down to like 29 in the back, and it's got this like pointed nose on here, and it's kind of that cruiser style, which is super sick. I haven't really had anything like this before, so it's just fun to use. Like, I don't actually use it all that often, but it's a super fun setup to mess around with. And then this one has Jindies on it as well, 32 Jindies. I tried 29s, and it was too small. Like, it looked ridiculous. Like, it fit good on the bottom, but there was too much overhang on the top, which I know people go either way. I would prefer my wheels to overhang versus my deck to overhang over the wheels. I just think it looks better, but that's my opinion. And then on here I have some Dude Guy F3s, some white Dude Guy F3s, and I have the shieldless bearings on these guys, which it looks super sick. Like, since they're a softer wheel and this board's fatter, it's like a proper bowl cruiser setup, which it's fun. It's fun to mess around with something like that. And then lastly, I actually thought I lost this deck, which was devastating. I was really upset about it. And not only like was I upset that I lost the deck, I was upset that I lost the trucks on it, and that I lost the wheels. So yeah, it is the Loon deck. It is a 29. It is an L1, the lowest mold. You guys know I fuck with the Loon shit heavy, and I love the L1 mold. I have like 4 decks in the L1 mold, and then it's this graphic, which I think is honestly probably one of the coolest graphics I've ever seen. And then it has deli trucks on it. They are the blasted, like the raw, and then standard kingpin on these guys. And then I believe the tuning on it is dread tuning. I'm actually in a group chat with like a bunch of fingerboard people, and he's in there, and so he's kind of close with, or he talks to more like the guy Bongo, who I know, who lives in Milwaukee, and Bongo gave me some of the dread tuning to try out, and it's pretty awesome. I think this is technically the medium one, and it's some of the softest tuning I've had, so I'd be curious to try the soft tuning, because it is soft, which is super nice. And then the wheels are the other set that I have from that Halloween drop. These are the white ones with the like orange bonehead on here. Like I said, if you know what I'm talking about, or you have either of the other two sets, I would be willing to buy them off of you. I got some Colliers that I don't use that I'd trade for them, if that's something people are interested in. So yeah, this setup is awesome. I haven't actually used it that much. It's funny, I got it, and then I found out I was going to Index for the knife event, so I made sure to just consistently use the setup I was using, because I wanted to be kind of locked in. I wanted to be able to fingerboard good when I got there. And so this was newer, so I wasn't as like dialed in on it yet, and so I put it in my bag. And I had it in my bag there, like, just to show people and stuff, because I brought, like, my whole collection or whatever, and so then got back from the event, and I didn't see it for a long time after that, and I checked my bag and everything, and I was worried that maybe I, like, handed it to somebody to show it to them, and then they just forgot to give it back or something like that. But it turns out I went out to drink one night and put it in a different bag and completely forgot about it. So I actually refound it last night, and I'm super hyped about it. Same with this, actually. I didn't know where this was, and I just found it also in a bag. So I'm super hyped to have them again, because they're both like fucking fresh, like barely used. So it'd be a shame if I fucking lost them. So yeah, I guess this is an easy video to make. It seemed like a fun one to make, just because, you know, I like these things. I use these things a lot. I don't have a crazy like amount that I actually rotate through. Like, realistically, these are the boards that I have like set up right now that I will pick up and mess around with. But really, like, the Index decks are the main ones that I've been using recently. I've been trying to stick to them a little more so I can get a little better and more consistent. Yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot else to say. Yeah, I guess once again, like, if anybody wants to talk to me about anything, about previous videos I made, because I know some of them are a little controversial, please DM me. My Instagram is KDL Owens, OWENS. I would be happy to talk about it. Like I said, I'm not trying to voice shit for other people. I'm not trying to say that what I'm saying is end all be all. I'm just trying to share my experiences and my opinions, because in terms of people to talk about fingerboarding with, pretty much this camera is what I got. So feel free to talk to me, comment. I reply to pretty much all of them. It's not a big channel, so I don't get that many comments, so it's pretty easy for me to do that. This is totally unrelated, but I thought I'd just share this with you guys. I'll turn the light off. So I got another hobby that I'm super into right now. I'm sure people who follow Manny have seen that he's super into frogs. I'm also into frogs, and I have been working on a setup for frogs for a while, actually, before I saw him doing that. But other than that, recently I've been super into like fish and fish tanks and shit. So this is the little setup we got. This quality is terrible on this camera, but this is my shrimp tank. You can see them. They're all eating right now. My shrimp tank, I have, if any of you know what any of this is, that's great. If not, I'm going to use a bunch of names that you could just skip through. I have a bunch of Blue Dreams in here. I have carbons, and I have carbon relays in here. They just had a bunch of eggs, so I'm excited to see what comes out of that. And then this is my 10-gallon tank. Super into aquascaping. I got a bunch of nano fish in here, like some celestial pearl danios. I have some Kuotai rasbora, some shrimp and stuff like that as well in here. I have pygmy cories also in here, which are super cute. And then I just set up this tank like a week ago. This is probably my favorite tank that I've made so far, and I just yesterday bought 3 bumblebee gobies that are living in here, so I'm super hyped on that stuff. I just thought I'd share because I don't have a whole lot of people to yap about it to. But yeah, like I have this whole shelf setup that I'm working on, frog setup right there. It's funny, I actually was planning on getting frogs before I was planning on doing any of this stuff, and then I got one fish tank and it all just spiraled from there. So I've kind of put a hold on my frog stuff, but I just saw today like the coolest fucking paludarium with dart frogs in it. That kind of inspired me. So I think I'm gonna set this up soon and get some dart frogs in here as well. If you stayed for my yap, thanks, and peace out, guys.